welcome back to Winter 89 Colors. My name is Melissa and I have a special little unboxing here. I have received a set of Brutfuners, I believe. I am going to unwrap these right now. Okay, let's see. 120 colored pencils, an absolute joy to use. A selection of 120 premium colored vibrant pencils. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't actually say Brutfuner on here anywhere. Interesting. Okay, well, let's open them and see what happens. Ooh, that is a strong smell. I don't know if I've ever smelled pencils that smell like that before. Now, the nice thing is they do come in a case, so that's a start. Wow, that smell. Not a nice smell at all. Okay, so nowhere on here, nowhere in this packaging does it say Brutfuner, and I think I was duped. I'm really doubting that these are actually Brutfuners, but that's fine. It's always nice to have another collection of pencils just in case. But let's have a little look at them, shall we? So they do come in an individual case, which is like super. I'm into that. It's excellent. We've got a black, we've got a silver. We have no information, no color chart, nothing. Nothing but what this thing says. Blending and layering qualities artists can truly rely on. We know you need colored pencils that allow you to add depth through layering, create beautiful blended effects such as gradients, or to achieve the perfect shade. Creamy consistency of our colored cores is such that you can achieve both with very little effort, making them easy to work with and creating results you'll be proud and excited to share. Guard against frustrating breakages with our top quality, blah, 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 blah. That's all it says. So yeah. I have no idea what these are, but they are pencils, so that's something. Let me get a piece of paper. Okay, so I grabbed two different pieces of paper. One is very lightweight marker paper, so it's very, very smooth, and the other is just some cheap watercolor paper, so it's got some tooth to it. It's a little more ivory, but I figured it would be a good place to play with these just a little bit. I probably won't swatch them all on camera for you because we'll be here forever. But let me have a look and see what their colors are like. So we've got a lot of blues and grays. Well, some grays. I wouldn't say a lot of grays. Purples, reds, one orange, maybe two oranges, a bunch of pinks, a large amount of greens, so that's good. A fair amount of browns, some yellows, and some skin tones. Okay, let's start with what they're calling reddish blue. Okay. Pre-sharpened, really thin barrel, dipped end. Really lightweight, like really lightweight. Okay. Burnishing pressure, good. And as you bring them off, they do lighten. There's a fair amount of pigment in them. I wouldn't say they're like extremely highly pigmented, but they do have some pigment to them. So that's good. Let's grab this rose color. Okay. I don't hate them so far. Okay, I'm gonna grab another pink and try to blend these two pinks. So I've got rose and just straight up pink. So I want to try and blend these. So we've got darkest. Okay. They smush okay, so they're not crazy hard pencils. I want to try something on this cheaper paper and see what happens. So we'll do the same thing. We'll get our dark rose color. And then our pink. I'd say they blend okay. They're okay. All right, let's try a green because that's very important. What about this? Is tea green, I guess. Kind of an emerald color. And then we've got yellow green. Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're fantastic as far as blending goes, but they do get the job done. So that's something. At least there's a fair amount of different colors to try and work with. So I want to see, this is their white. This is their white. And to me, it almost looks off-white. Like it doesn't look like a bright white at all. See, on this off-white paper, it blends right in. What happens if we use this bright white paper? Yeah, see? It's more like an eggshell. Like a really light ivory. It's not like a pure, true white, which is fine. I actually use like light ivories and creams a lot more than I would ever use a bright white, so that's okay. But it's odd. It's just odd that they wouldn't have like a true white in here anywhere. So I'm gonna put these back in the order that I found them. Okay, so they do appear to be in number order. So we've got 66, 64, so 65 goes in here, and they kind of go backwards. Maybe you're supposed to have these, maybe I have this upside down, but it's fine. And we have a silver, but I'm trying to see if we have a gold. I do not see a gold to match the silver, which is interesting. Oh, I should have tested the opacity. Okay, I'm gonna put my white. It does blend the color a little bit. So that's good. It burnishes. What happens if I go over top of this alcohol marker? Okay, it's actually a little bit opaque. Like, not crazy opaque, but not Prisma opaque, but it is opaque-ish. So that's something. It's a good start, at least. Let me try this dark brown, this linen. Okay. Just gonna layer it a couple times and see what happens. Trying to use the same pressure each time. I don't think these pencils like the toothy paper. I think they prefer this smooth paper. Let me see. They're getting a lot of like waxy buildup now. You can see the dust forming. It's still not quite as burnished as I would like. So I'm going to put up some hard pressure to finish it off. Ooh, we're shattering a little bit. There, so that's completely burnished. The pencil is beginning to crumble just a little bit. That's not a good sign. Okay. Put that one back. Okay, so I'm obviously going to have to color an actual picture with these pencils in order to know for sure what they are like. They are okay so far, like again, a decent selection of colors, but again, I won't know that until I start trying to color with them. What is this silver? This is silver. You see, it looks like there's the tiniest bit of shimmer, but it looks almost just like a light gray. Okay, it actually shimmers. Not bad, but it's the only metallic in there. I don't see a gold, so that's, again, that is really strange. No gold. Ochre, dark yellow, gold yellow, but it's not a gold. Yeah, there's no gold. Okay, well, I had a look at those. If I manage to color something with them, I'll attach it to this video, but if not, you'll just see this. So in case I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your day. These are 120 colored pencils from Temu. I just needed something to fill my cart, and they were labeled as Brutfuner on the site. I don't think they are. If I'm wrong, let me know, but anyway. All right, thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you want to see next. Toodaloo! Alright, so I thought that we would pull out a book and actually attempt to do a little coloring here. So, I'm going to do this little church-like structure. So, let's try dark coffee color, this regular coffee color. That'll be the roof. Let's say, because they're named so aptly, and so I'll do apricot cream and apricot for the walls, and we'll figure out the details afterward if I actually complete this with these. We'll see how good they are. So I've got my dark coffee. I'm gonna have to sharpen these properly because the ends of them are kind of weird. Okay. So this is an old Joanna Basford page that I've been working on for eons. This paper has been around for some time. It's also got some workable fixative on it because of all the work on it and on its neighboring page. I didn't cover it up too well, so that may affect the quality, but that's what my pencils are going to have to get used to if they're going to be part of my repertoire, so may as well just toss them into it. Okay, so far they're doing what I want. They have good control. They're pretty soft. I would say they're about as soft as either a Color or an Artex. You can still smell them a bit. They've got that really strong chemical smell to them. So today is Wednesday. Not much to say, really. After this, I'm probably going to swatch these if this doesn't go half bad. Which so far it's not going bad. I've had worse. Now the blending is really going to be the question, the test. Which I was really tempted to like just jump in and start blending right away, but nope, let's do this properly. Let's color this page as though, you know, we're professionals. Now we can do some blending here. I'm going to sharpen this pencil because, again, the pre-sharpen is okay, but it's a little vague. Okay. Here we go. Let's blend. Okay, not too bad. Kind of layers on top of each other. So that's not the world's worst thing, actually. They are a little crumbly. All right, roof, not bad. All right, so now let's use the light colors. So I'm pulling out Apricot. Again, I've got reasonably good control. Like, I can get them as dark and as light as I need them to without too much fuss. Okay, and then the next color is Apricot Cream. A little more yellowy than I would have liked. But this will be a good chance to test that white. So all in all, like they're okay. The pigment level is pretty decent. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out that quote-unquote white, and we'll see what happens. What do we think? Not bad, actually, right? If it wasn't for the toxic fumes, I'd almost be impressed. Yeah, you know what? I think these will pass, and I think I'll use them now and again. I'll definitely swatch them out, and yeah, I mean, I was duped, obviously. These are not Brutfuners, but they're a good likeness. They fooled me at first. But yeah. Okie dokie. So I have gone and I have swatched all 120 of these, played with them, you know, kind of got a better feel for them. And of course I got a better feel for the actual colors. So this is my Yam Puff color chart. By the way, I'll link it in the description box below. It's where I'm starting to put all my new swatches. So I've put a little label for them here. I've called them No Name Pencil. And here they are. So I put up here that the code, so I don't have to put the whole code for every one of them. I just put the number. This is what their code actually looks like. But then I just put the number. Because they are numbered 1 to 120, that tells me that this is the only set. They are not part of another set. There is no extensions to this set. It is just 1 to 120, and that is it. Which tells me there's no way that this is a Colora or a Brutfuner, because that's not how they work. Okay, so I noted a few things. I made some notes on the side here. So note number 1, 2 of the pencils were not centered, as in the lead or the center core was slightly offset. And so sharpening them made it so that it kind of leaned a little bit to the one side. 2 is not bad out of 120. Not ideal, but not bad. I noticed that at least 5 of them snapped or crumbled immediately when I started using them. When I resharpened them, they weren't too bad, but still 5 or more snaps is, it's not great. It's not ideal. It's not what we're looking for either. Here's an interesting thing. Number 71, Peach. You see that? They're calling that Peach. And this is an interesting phenomenon because the only other place I've seen this is in another set I have, and that is my color set, you'll see right here. Where is it? Orange, red, right here. Number 20020 is called Peach. What is this? What is this phenomenon? With cheap pencils and having a peach that is very obviously a red. I don't know, it's not important, but it's just, it struck me as really, really odd. Comment on that, please, down below. Okay. The color was not mixed on at least 2 of them, and I'll show you what I mean. So, where was it? First one was the purple gray. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like there was 2 different colors, purple and gray, shoved into the pencil. And instead of them being mixed and creating a purple-ish gray or grayish purple, it's just literally purple and gray. You see what I'm saying? There was another one. There was another one where this happened. Where was it? Ah, cobalt blue. Same thing. It's like purple and blue just shoved into the same pencil, not actually mixed together in a vat. They're just shoved together in the same pencil. Or ink blue, sorry. No, cobalt and ink blue. Mostly cobalt, though. Do you see it? Do you see how there's like little purple streaks running through it? Not good. Not good, No Name. You're not doing well. All right. And then the other thing is, they probably could have made this 120 set into like a 72 set very easily, because there are a lot of colors that are extremely similar. For example, apricot and yellow skin, practically the same color. Wheat, dark ochre, orange yellow, very, very similar, slightly different in hue, but honestly, really close. Medium yellow and orange, both very orange and very, very, very similar. Dark yellow, what's up with that? All of these dark browns are the bloody same. Like all of them. This one has a more purpley hue. This one's almost black. These 2 are pretty much the same. They just are just ever so slightly different, but you didn't need all those dark browns. You really didn't. You could have gone with 1 or 2. Good enough. And the greens. Oh my God, the greens. Okay, so the greens. Look at all of these aquamarines and teals. We don't need that many. I don't ever use that. It's like one of my least used colors, honestly. Unless I'm doing like a jungle scene or an underwater scene, I never use them. So we've got olive green and light olive, the exact same. We've got yellow, dark green, light green, yellow, basically the same, just off ever so slightly. These 2 are almost exactly the same. Bud green, grass green, light yellow green. These 2 are practically the same. These 3 are practically the same. We really could have eliminated a lot of these greens, let's be honest. And these 2 are the same. These 2 are practically the same. Yeah, just these 3 pinks. Did we need all 3 of these pinks? I don't think so. This one is slightly lighter, but these 2 are almost exactly the same. These 2 reds are the same. These 3 reds are practically the same. That's a bit of a different color, but that peach and dark red are the same. Rouge and purple red are the same. Dark orange and deep orange are the same. These 2 purples the same. These 2 purples the same. Actually, these 3 purples are the same. This is basically black. Ultramarine blue. There is also an ultramarine over here, so that's confusing. Look at all these like sky blues. Look at them all. This one is lighter and this one is lighter. The rest of them are all kind of in that true or sky blue. We really could have narrowed these down. For example, these 2, the same. These 2. These 3, almost all the same. Like, come on. And all these grays. That purple gray is really bothering me, the way it's all streaky. Grays, there's strange grays, like the green gray, the blue gray, the light ceaseus. Okay, so all of these names, like 99% of these names are normal. Wheat, ochre, dark yellow, light brown, umber, mocha, coffee, deep burnt ochre. Like those are like very generic names. And then you run across the occasional one that's like, what? Red purple sauce. Okay. And light ceaseus. What? Orange violet, by the way? Okay. Just very strange, you know? There's got to be something lost in translation or whatever, but yeah. But I do have to say that as far as range goes, not bad. So at least we've got a couple of oranges, a couple of reds, a few yellows, a fair amount of browns, a decent range of greens. We've got some dark greens, some light greens. This is good. I wish we had a lighter blue, because this is as light as it gets, and that's not doing it for me. But we've got some nice dark blues, some reddish blues, some greenish blues. That's the blue-black is basically black, and the black is not as black as I would like it to be. It's a dark, dark gray. It's not that nice, deep, pigmented black that I would love it to be, but again, beggars can't be choosers. It's not like I use black a ton anyway, but still. And again, we go back to the white. And it's definitely an off-white. It's not bright white. You can see it stands out from the paper a little bit. So, yeah. So overall, again, I would say that this set is okay. For the money I paid, what did I pay for it? Let's be transparent here. Let me just look it up. $35. I paid $35 for 120 pencils. I mean, pretty low price. Can't complain too much. That's 35 Canadian, by the way. Yeah. So overall, are they okay? Yeah, they're okay. And okay is as good as I'm going to give them. They're middle of the road. I'm not going to be using them on pages that I'm super, emotionally invested in. I might even use them in some of my color by numbers if I need to. But they make a good backup set. They make a good, maybe even a travel set because they come in a case of their own. Yeah, so I'm not going to throw them out, but I am going to be a little choosy as to what I use them in. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you so much for sticking with me with this multi-day experiment. Thank you for checking out these dupe Brutfuners with me. Thank you for everything, and hopefully one of these days I will get myself a set of real Brutfuners. Enjoy your coloring, enjoy your day, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo!